Twitch has us live, and YouTube. It's always an extra step here with YouTube. I did not make a special thumbnail this time because I'm just a bad person. No, this is a very hectic week for me. So I'm gonna paste stuff into the YouTube video. And does it actually... Okay, save that. Oh, by the way, hi audience. I'm assuming that some of you are here. I can't see you yet, but I'm just trying to make sure that everything is going live correctly. You'll notice that next to me here, we've got Brant Fitzgerald and Dan Mode. They're our guests today. And yeah, so let me... Okay, I have not properly opened up the YouTube dashboard yet. I know we're live. I just need to make sure that... Yeah, we're not yet showing what game we're playing. We need to show that. We need to show that it's State of Decay 2. Juggernaut Edition. And no, it is not made for kids. So there we go. Okay, I think we're live everywhere. Let me look at the chat. Hello, chat. Oh, there's a ton of YouTube chat coming in. I'm actually not seeing any Twitch chat. Anybody on Twitch want to say they're here?
I'm not seeing us live on Twitch.
Oh, interesting. I'm seeing it. Try refreshing, see if that makes a difference, because it's definitely showing me the dashboard preview on Twitch, like I'm live. And okay, oh, Russ Brown. Hey, Russ Brown. Thank you for reassuring us that we are live on Twitch.
I got us live on Twitch, yeah.
Okay, good. All right, well, this is the pre-stream, so we got about 14 minutes until the proper stream starts at 3 p.m. But, you know, we're gathering an audience here because we are going to be talking about the new Update 22. So, Update 22, just warning you, it's a tiny update. We're not going to be revealing any huge new features right now. You know, we've been talking about some of the stuff we've got planned for the future, like the new difficulty level, for instance. So there's definitely big stuff coming in the future. This is one of the smaller updates. This is a bounty pack update. And so that's why I got Dan Mode here, because he's the lead of the content team. He's going to be talking about the old stuff that you're seeing again, the new stuff that you're seeing for the first time. And so we'll talk through that, and then Brant and I are just going to get in some trouble running around and trying to murder things with our brand new weapons and outfits. Murdering things with outfits. That's what we can do in our game.
All right, I won't be looking at any of the streams for questions today, apparently.
Yeah, so I'm going to be. So we've got moderators who are going to be watching your questions. I'm going to be trying to pay attention a little bit to the to the questions that they feed us, so that we can try to answer them. And yeah, so I mean, yeah. So if Dan and Brett, if you happen to notice any questions coming in from the chat or whatever, feel free to to feed them in as well. Oh, Jay. Jay's leaving because it's a small update. Oh, Jay.
Boo.
Hurting my heart.
Boo.
Oh, Undead Toad. Yeah, hello. It says hello from Brazil. I love it when people tell us where they're from, because the internet's amazing. People, I mean, I sound like somebody from the 90s talking about the information superhighway, but like people from all over the world watch this stream. It's just so strange. We're connecting with people from so many different places. I'm going to unpin my mission because who needs that? Oh, no one can see what I'm doing. So it's daytime right now in our game, but I think it'll be night by the end of the stream, and that's appropriate because this is a Halloween-themed stream. Oh,
we got Poland, we got Ireland, Brazil,
nice,
Chicago,
Pennsylvania. That's okay. Germany.
Pennsylvania better be okay.
Yeah,
watch it.
We're all relying on you, Pennsylvania. I won't elaborate on that.
Germany.
Yeah, Germany. We got a few other states too. Colorado. Oh, Chile.
Deutschland.
Did you say Chile yet? Yeah, somebody says, hello from my living room. Sweden. The tenacious procrastinators from Sweden. So many people here. It's awesome.
Bolivia, Thailand, New Orleans.
So now that Jay's gone, we're also doing a contest that we're going to be introducing on this stream. So since the folks who left because it was a small update, they don't deserve to be involved in the contest. So the rest of you, stick around because there's going to be a contest. Oh, South Carolina. I grew up in North Carolina, and most people outside of those states think those are the same thing, which is hilarious. Like I would tell people I'm from North Carolina, and within minutes they would ask me questions about South Carolina. I'm like, how would I know? That's a different state. Oh, Bolivia. Adriana Pinto's from Bolivia. People all over the place. This is crazy. Another Brazil. And Vicente says they're from Mars. I don't know if I buy that.
Take me to your leader.
Maybe I would have bought the moon because we haven't discovered water on the moon apparently. But oh, I didn't know that Beats and Buttons lived in North Carolina. That's cool. Right after high school. Awesome. Yeah. So Moon Knight says the Brazilian community loves Undead Labs. So I've been getting I've been seeing a lot of tweets in Portuguese about State of Decay, which is kind of fun. I end up using Google Translate to try to communicate, and I hopefully I do okay. I try to write fairly simple sentences that are easy for an AI to figure out. My dad speaks fluent Portuguese. In fact, he was the one that I initially ran a lot of our Brazilian name list. To make sure I got.
Is it fluent Brazilian Portuguese though?
Yes, it is fluent Brazilian Portuguese. Okay. Yeah, he learned it in Brazil. So, Pokemon City says they're in Georgia, the country of Georgia in Eastern Europe. That's exciting. And Chris Hugan says they're from Tamriel. I think if you're in Tamriel, you're not playing our game. That's okay though.
Maybe not.
Apparently, you're playing in one of our sister studios games though, because apparently, Bethesda is a thing that is owned by Microsoft, so that's cool. Yeah, so the plan for today is we're going to look at the revamped updated Fearsome Footage pack, which last debuted a year ago, right? It was last October when we introduced it for the first time, and now it's coming back. So we're going to show that. We're going to talk about the contest, and then we're just going to mess around in the game. And answer any questions that you folks have. Oh, Dominican Republic, nice. Wow. MSC Track says they're from Drucker County. There's a lot of places in like Utah and Arizona and stuff like that that look a lot like Drucker County. So I'd say maybe that's a half truth. Oh, so Xbot guy wants to know whether State of Decay 3 is coming to the Xbox One. We haven't made any specific announcements about State of Decay 3 aside from just the fact that it's coming. So I don't think we're clarifying whether which platforms any of our games are going to be on. I'm pretty sure. We have said that it's going to be on the Series X because it was announced as part of a bunch of Series X stuff that was all announced at once. But we haven't anything beyond that. We just are not at liberty to say. And sometimes questions like that, sometimes we don't even know the answer yet. Sometimes those decisions lie in the future. So sorry I can't fill you in on that, but that's how the way this stuff works. When stuff is early in development, we hesitate to answer questions until we're really sure we can commit to the answers. When we give you the answer to a question here, we really want you to be able to rely on it, and that means that we're not going to answer a question if we're not if we haven't gotten there yet. Oh, really?
Thank you, Loudzilla.
Oh, cool. Loudzilla said something nice. Oh, yeah, the Drucker update, the vehicle update. Cool. The thing that I love about folks who come to the stream regularly is that you get to know the developers on the team, and you know that when you see Dan Mode, you know exactly what to thank him for, which is great. Because they thanked him for the vehicle update, which was it's still when I'm running around with a vehicle, I still am grateful to Dan every day. I love the way our vehicles feel now.
No, I'm not a trooper. I just have the helmet. I'm friends with lots of troopers though, and the 501st, but just collectible.
So I'm messing around with the time of day in the game because it started getting too dark. We want to be able to see the new stuff. Big Lou asks, will State of Decay 3 be named State of Decay 3? It certainly is so far. It's not, it's still a ways out. And so I guess we reserve the right to change the name if we want to, but we have announced it as State of Decay 3. So that's probably the one thing that anyone knows about the game at this point. Oh, so, Oddly Lemony and P1 want to know what that poster is over there in the background.
Interesting.
Yeah, that is a good question. If I make Dan disappear briefly, you can see a little bit more of the poster. But yeah, that's so. It used to be that when we released a new, a new bounty pack, it would just sort of drop into the bounty broker or whatever. But now we actually have these big news posts that come up that announce in detail like everything that's coming into the bounty broker pack and stuff. And there's art that comes behind those news posts that you see at the front of the screen. And Kevin Punn, our art director, does an amazing job with that work. And so whenever he makes a new piece of art, I usually make it into my desktop background. So this poster is actually my desktop background on my machine at home. But yeah, so he's actually made a couple of. I don't have the other one up here. We'll see it a little bit later. But yeah, there's 2 posters that he made. That's one of them. But yeah, it's just celebrating the Fearsome Footage Pack. The fact that that's update 22 is bringing back the Fearsome Footage Pack, and in sort of a slightly new form. Anyway, Dan can come back. He's no longer exiled. Lieutenant Luna asks if we're going to sell that poster. No, we do. Because we don't have a merch store, we don't have any place to sell it. But it is beautiful, and so I think at some point we probably will need to share this art though. So if once we share the art, I guess you can do whatever you want with it. Yeah, so Real P1 agrees that this is really good work. Yeah, so I'm very, very proud to have Kevin Punn on our team. He does pretty amazing stuff. You remember that cowboy image we had for the Open Range pack? That also was Kevin. And he's right now might be working on some new achievement art for us. Not for update 22, sometime in the future. But I'm looking forward to seeing what he does. Rickmaster, we just heard about that bug that you described. That after someone had been exiled, they counted as a death in your community. I'm betting that the character just until they've left the map, they probably still count as a member of your community, and we probably just didn't solve that particular case. But that bug did roll in today. We are aware of it, so we've recorded it, and we're gonna look into it. Lala suggests we should add these to the load screens. They're actually kind of the wrong proportions for the load screen. This is actually a cut down version of it. Like this is 16:9 right now behind me, but they're actually wider. Like there's another poster over here off the screen that I've cut off. And so they're kind of the wrong size to be our load screens. Kevin takes full advantage of the sort of like, I don't know if it's anamorphic or whatever. Like it's kind of a crazy widescreen format that he's been doing them in. Antonio Luengo says, what's your favorite Xbox game studio? Undead Labs, obviously.
Yeah, come on now. Give us a tough one.
Let's see here. So yeah, the Real P1 is trying to scare Brant. Wants him to think there's a zombie behind him at the studio. So my daughter actually spoke in church yesterday, and she was talking about this one time, like during the pandemic, in order to help her catch up with her schoolwork. I brought her to the empty office with nobody else around, so that she could focus and not have 3 other kids distracting her. And she said it was like one of the creepiest things she'd ever done because the office was empty. There's still decorations hanging up from a party that we had back in March. It's like hanging up in the audio room, and it just felt like something from 28 Days Later or something, just like an abandoned empty city.
Hello to everyone who's saying hi.
Yeah.
I can't keep up with all you guys, sorry, because I'm actually trying to play today.
But yeah, so Brand's actually going to be playing. We're going to actually be doing multiplayer. We're doing a bunch of new stuff. So I got to say, extra special thanks to Joe Swarner, because when he took over the hosting duties for me a couple of times, and he's going to be doing even more of that, especially next month while I'm out on sabbatical, he came up with some ideas for reformatting the way we do the stream that I really, really love. For instance, using this art in the background. That was his idea. He also figured out how to get both of these guys' faces on the screen at the same time, which is a big technical challenge, involved downloading a plugin for Teams and doing a bunch of crazy stuff. So big, huge shout out to Joe Swarner for all of the stuff that he did. Oh, good. And he was taking a nap, but he's awake, so he's going to be watching us in the chat. So that'll be great. So everybody, yeah, I got to see some folks celebrating Joe Swarner in the chat. That's good.
That's right. Joe should be celebrated from all the rooftops all the time.
Yeah. You folks have no better advocate on the team than Joe Swarner. He listens to all. I mean, he reads all of your support messages. He listens to you on social media. He pays attention to you in the chat, and nobody advocates more strongly than him for getting what you guys want to happen in the game. So.
Yeah, Joe's a good dude.
Sejao is playing Subnautica while they watch. Yeah, so yeah, that is actually there's so many great games. Like every single week, there's just I keep thinking, okay, finally, I've conquered my Steam queue, and I don't have any more games. And then some new thing comes out every week. I just played this game called Solasta. That like it's like the most comprehensive Dungeons and Dragons adaptation I have ever seen in my life. Like every skill, you can do something with it. It's crazy. And yeah, it's still in early access, but that's what I've been playing lately. It's nuts.
I actually got to play the other day or last week or so with Sejao for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Or maybe he was in chat. I've had a couple sessions where there was 4 players and then like 5 people in chat as well. So
okay, it looks like it's 3 o'clock, so we're gonna get started. We'll see you all in a moment. Let me switch over to make sure I get my notes up here so I don't forget what the heck I'm talking about. Okay, ready? Here we go. Hello, survivors. Welcome to the State of Decay 2 stream. I'm your host, Jeffrey Card, and today we are here to talk about Update 22. Now, this is just a tiny update. It's not one of our big, huge feature updates. It's one where we're updating what's in the Bounty Broker. And so because that's what we're doing, we've brought Dan Mode along to be our tour guide. Hello, Dan.
Hey guys.
You might remember Dan Mode from our vehicle update. He's a hard surface artist, and now he's also the lead of the content team. So that's the team that brings you bounty packs and all kinds of other stuff that some of the stuff they're thinking about we can't even talk about yet. But we've also got Brant, and so we should mention him. Hello, Brant. That's all we needed from Brant. Okay, so
hello, everybody.
So let's get both of these guys on the screen. By the way, big thank you to Joe Swarner, who's been hosting for the last couple of weeks, because he figured out a lot of new stuff that we can do with this stream. He's upped our production values like crazy. For instance, I've got 2 people on the screen at once. I didn't know how to do that, but Joe figured it out. So I should actually tell you folks, Joe is going to be the host of this stream for the next month or so because I'm going on sabbatical. He let me be host this last time to sort of say goodbye to folks for a little while, and then I'll be back again in December. So you're going to be in really good hands with Joe. He's really sort of ramped up the quality of this stream, and I really appreciate it. So looking forward to sort of just as a viewer watching the stream while I'm on vacation. So you see this poster behind me, Fearsome Footage. That is a bounty pack that we released a year ago, last October, to celebrate Halloween. And you'll notice it's got one of our favorite outfits up there, the swine and bovine costume. So this month, because it is October, because it's Halloween, we're going to be bringing back the Fearsome Footage pack. But we're bringing it back in a slightly different form. But before we get to that, one of my favorite parts of releasing the Fearsome Footage pack was we made one of our best trailers that I've ever seen. So before we actually get into the game and Brant and I start showing off the new content, let's remind everybody what that trailer was like. The best part of that is we didn't put a date on it, so it's still just as true as it ever was. So that was Drew, one of the programmers on. Now he's on the State of Decay 3 team. But yeah, he's one of our favorite people, and so that was, I mean, that outfit was ridiculous. I can't believe that Susan, our character artist, not only built that thing in game, but also built it in the real world so a real human being could wear it. So it's some incredible work. So real quick, right before we get into actually showing you the gameplay, let me just do a quick little frequently asked questions. So whenever we do one of these smaller updates where it's just a bounty pack, we get a lot of people sort of jumping to conclusions. So let me just some conclusions. Let me just answer those questions now. no, bounty packs are not the only thing we're working on. You've already seen that there are question marks on our difficulty screen. We've got a new difficulty mode coming up and a bunch of other features that we just haven't announced yet. But we are still working like crazy on feature updates to this game. The fact that this is a small update with just bounty content in it does not mean we're done. And also, no, the fact that we're doing a small update does not mean that we're done and we're sunsetting the game. There's some people, every time they see a small update, they're like, oh, well, the updates have gotten small. That means it's over. It's not over. I'm planning on working on this game for as long into the future as I can, as the audience can support it. So please stick with us. But let's jump into the game and actually show everyone what we're talking about. So, you guys remember this, right? The Juggernaut mask. Oh, this is one of my favorites. Brant's over here in his boring old cowboy outfit, but I've got a Juggernaut mask. Look at me. Aren't I special?
I didn't want to steal your thunder.
I'm betting it's not made out of latex.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of. So I have not been keeping up with The Walking Dead, but as far as I understand, I think there are actually some zombie face hats in that show now. And so yeah, we're kind of going in a little bit of that same vein. But Brant and I both do have something in common. We are both carrying the same pair of weapons here. So, Dan, do you want to tell us about this baseball bat to start?
Well, we just hit the nail on the head. It's wrapped in barbed wire, and it's got brain matter stuck to it. So it's pretty...
Wait, there's actually brain matter stuck to it? Oh,
No,
look at
it's
that!
just-
Oh, it's like got red... I forgot that was there. So it's not just because I've been swinging it at zombies. It's actually got a bunch of red stains on it. That is horrifying. And that's So I assume that is a maybe a subtle reference, similar to the face that I'm wearing. That might be a little bit of a subtle reference to zombie media.
Very, very subtle. Mr. Mark Lautenbach made that sweet bat.
It is gorgeous.
That's right. Speaking of Mark, I saw that he got timed out for shouting "moink," which is what the sound you're supposed to make when you wear that mask. It's moo and oink together.
Oh yeah, because I guess trying to flip it the other way, you'd just be going ooh, and nobody would understand you. So moink,
right.
Moink makes a lot more sense. I've also got this Uzi here. So this is just a classic like 80s movie Uzi, like you'd expect somebody to see, right? Is it a reference to a particular film?
Yeah.
Or do we want to?
A cyborg from the future comes back to kill a woman and her unborn son.
That's right. It takes on a whole new meaning if you say it with the particular meaning or with the particular words. It's Uzi 9mm, right?
Uzi
then
9mm.
everyone knows exactly what it is.
Uzi 9mm.
I wish Mark was here because he has the best Arnold voice I've ever heard.
So you can see that there's kind of a, for those of you who have joined us more recently and weren't here for the original iteration of the Fearsome Footage Pack, which included all of these items, the sort of the idea of this is it's Halloween themed, but it's specifically kind of Halloween movie themed. We wanted to get, because Halloween, we could have been doing like pumpkin costumes and stuff like that, but we wanted it to be a little bit more sort of like, kind of like grown up, I guess, because we wanted to not just be like sort of silly Halloween. We wanted it to be like kind of, dark Halloween, violent, cinematic Halloween, because that's kind of whoa. Hey,
sorry,
discipline, man.
Sorry, I thought you were a judge.
I guess that doesn't make sense. I just realized something that's kind of important. I turned off the zombies while we were setting up, and I never turned them back on again. So I'm just going to switch away from the screen here so I can turn the zombies back on.
Interpretive dance moment. Dan, join in.
Okay, anyway. Back to the game. We don't like to show the cheat menu again up. Whenever we show the cheat menu, everyone screenshots it and like sharing it around. So, all right, so that's one of the characters that I've been carrying around. And this is all stuff that we've seen before. This is all stuff that came out last October. So let's have a look at our community. Before we deal with this person over on the right, let's have a look at Jinx. So this is Jinx. Jinx is wearing a familiar costume. You guys saw this costume in that trailer. This is our swine and bovine outfit. Now, for people who are new to State of Decay, who might not realize what this monstrosity is a reference to, Brent, do you want to give us a little bit of history on this?
The swine and bovine.
Swine and bovine, yeah. What like?
So, I mean, the swine and bovine S&B, as anyone who's played our game knows, that it's one of the strongest and oldest brands in our game. It's one of our fast food restaurants, and their big thing was, putting the two meats together.
I really want to eat at this place, honestly. Like having a pork and beef burger sounds just incredible. Or is it or do they just put a beef patty and then like a hot dog on top, and that's
that's my secret for making hamburgers, though, is I mix ground pork and ground beef in equal parts.
Oh, does this come from your actual culinary escapades? Is that why the brand exists?
No.
Okay.
No, this comes from the mind of Doug Williams, and James McMillan came up with the swine and bovine, and then Susan, the character artist, she took that to a completely different and interesting level.
So yeah, when we suggested that we have a swine and bovine outfit for Halloween, the suggestion was a mascot outfit. We were saying, because like when you open a new swine and bovine, you gotta have somebody dressed up as a swine and bovine mascot, and the swine and bovine mascot, the symbol, the logo of the community, of the company, has always been this, half cow, half pig head. Like, hey, could you just make that half cow, half pig head as like a mask? She's like, sure. And so we were all picturing like a big plush head, and then she comes back with this, and she's not only made it, in the game, she's made it in the real world, and it's just absolutely insane. Especially the flesh of the neck. The neck flesh, I think, is probably my favorite part.
The little pink bits that stick out of the back are the selling point.
Oh my gosh, it's so amazing.
Can you imagine how freaking terrible it smells inside that mask?
I can't decide if I think it smells worse in here or worse in the Juggernaut. Because I think the Juggernaut would probably have a worse smell by nature, but this is combining the smells of two different animals. And so, I don't know, their powers might combine to become even more powerful. But this character doesn't just have this outfit. They've also got this machete right here. I mean, I feel like, a machete covered in blood it's not just a single movie. It kind of represents sort of the archetype serial killer slasher. But Dan, do you want to talk a little bit about sort of the provenance of this blade?
Well, you said it. It's just like the penultimate slasher weapon of choice. You can chop up campers with it. You can chop up teenagers while they're sleeping.
Exactly. And I just realized one thing I have not been doing is sharing the stats of these weapons. So I'll make sure I go back through. If anybody wants to screen grab the stats, I'll make sure they all end up on screen. So yeah, that's the slasher machete right there. It's really good at dismembering. As we've seen, it doesn't have, it's not quite maxed out on dismembering, but it's pretty high.
And yeah, it would be a one-shot kill on teenagers being naughty if we had those in our game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so if you find any zombies being naughty, I think you would get a damage bonus. I'm kidding. That is not a mechanic. That's purely Girl with All the Gifts. We never made that reference. But anyway, so we got a Spaz 12 on this character too, which is pretty fancy, very popular. Is it a police shotgun?
So it's also in vein with the Uzi. It's part of a popular scene from the Terminator, and it's mentioned in that scene, and it just goes. There's a trilogy of weapons.
There might be a third weapon that's coming up that we're gonna see.
But I mean, the Spaz is like an icon in '80s action movies. It's the go-to shotgun, really.
It's got a great name too. I mean, it stands for something, I assume.
Some Italian, probably. Yeah, some Italian name.
Italian thing. So it's an Italian shotgun. That's good to know. And then so I just love, it's got the what? Okay, I am the gun noob. You guys know the bit on the top where you can like rack up the extra shells. What's that called?
The stock.
It's just it's a foldable stock.
Back. Yeah.
Gotcha. So when the character actually aims it, we don't use the foldable stock.
I was just about to bring up the Jurassic Park thing. Dan, go ahead.
There's a scene where I can't think of his name right now, but he's the game warden.
Yeah.
And he's hunting the raptors, and he's, instead of going into the bush ready to go, he decides right in front of the raptor, he's going to slowly deploy the stock on top of his spots. Clever girl scene. Check it out.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so we got we're drawing from a lot of different sources, and that's kind of the vibe of State of Decay in general. You know, we're not an adaptation of any one particular zombie movie or zombie comic book or zombie TV show. You know, the game is meant to sort of draw from everyone's sort of collective knowledge of zombie lore and kind of represent, you know, that experience. And so sort of pulling from a lot of different movies at once, kind of, it feels like it's right. It's, you know, pulling from a lot of different inspirations at once is right on brand with State of Decay, with the State of Decay series. So that's this character. So let's have a look at Toby here. So this is actually, I think this is the oldest costume in the pack, right? Because this was actually one of the original costumes that characters could have in State of Decay 2, but it was very rare, and players were like pushing that sort of re-roll button again and again and again to try to get a skeleton outfit. But you can just get it straight up whenever you want once you've got this pack. And look what he's holding right here. What is this gun on his hip?
That's the 45 long slide with laser sighting.
45 long slide with laser sighting.
That's right.
Nice.
This is the third weapon.
Without the laser, because the battery ran out.
Yeah, the battery.
Yeah, exactly.
The battery died.
Yeah, I'm not sure what kind of batteries they take, but you know, it might be kind of hard to find in the apocalypse. So that's not all this guy has too, though. You can't really see it on his body, but he's also carrying Senor Pokey. We don't really need to show the stats on this because it's a close combat weapon, and and those don't really have stats. They've just got beautiful, beautiful appearances. But he is, that sucker is covered in blood. Is that human blood, or what kind of blood is that?
No, that would be vampire blood.
Vampire blood? What?
Vampire.
Oh, hey, Brent, you've got this outfit too.
Yeah.
Oh man, we came to prom in the same dress. I'm so embarrassed.
I'm not. We're dates.
Oh,
You're my
sweet.
date.
So yeah, I feel like, you know, you can see my rib cage. I think I might have been trying to drop too much weight before prom. It's a little disturbing there. So let's okay. So now let's get into. Actually, before we go into the new stuff, let me really quick make sure that Bethany puts the stats of this Uzi up on the screen. So people love to grab the stats, and so let's make sure that that you can see them. So there's the barbed wire bat, really nice knockdown, not as much dismember. And then the Uzi right there. So, in case you wanted to know. Now let's get over to the new stuff. So first, we've got Lissa. Lissa is wearing this beautiful pair of coveralls. And you know what? I feel like Lissa does not necessarily need to have her backpack on. So we can kind of see the back there. Let me go use... There's a new feature that we added a couple of updates ago. Where it's in gameplay. Hide character backpacks. There we go. All right, so... Here's Lissa. She has got a set of Bronto gas coveralls. So like these are like proper mechanic coveralls, huh? I gave her the big ass wrench because, you know, that's just on brand for a mechanic. Yeah. So that's new, you know, set of coveralls. Haven't had those before. And they've got the beautiful Bronto gas. Honestly, of all the outfits we've got, this is probably the one that I would love it if it actually existed in real life and we could sell it. Just because I would probably wear it around the house all the time. Ever since the pandemic, I don't think I've put on socks in a couple of months since I've been sort of stranded at home. And so I would probably honestly just like eschew belts as well and just wear a coverall full time if I had the freedom. But that's not the only pair of coveralls we have. Those of you who were paying attention might have noticed we've got this character, Lux. And Lux was getting right into the action with these zombies that were invading our base. So we've got really good timing here with Lux because it's starting to get dark and Lux is literally on fire. What is going on?
This is our new Halloween costume.
Yeah, he takes Halloween very seriously.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen anyone who was so committed to Halloween that they actually literally set themselves on fire. I'm sure it has happened. But this is, it's pretty amazing. So this is, you know, very similar set of coveralls, only you've got, instead of just the Bronto Gas logo, we've got chains over the shoulder, we've got big, huge leather gloves, and check out that welding mask. So these are actually two separate items of clothing. So we've got the mechanic coveralls, where you can wear either the Bronto Gas style or the Frightful style. we got those, and then oh, whoops, I accidentally took them off. That's not how that works. And then and then we've also got the welding helmet. So that's its own thing, right there. And I believe these two are these are bounty ones. They're bounty items, right? So you have to, if you want to grab these suckers, you got to go and go hit up Cache Beaumont. Am I right about that?
Yeah, this version is bounty broker.
So the Bronto gas outfit, now that's just in loot, right? But then if you want to get the fancy one, you go for the bounty.
Right.
All right. Well, so that's not the only fancy thing we got. We've added a brand new movie reference that we haven't had before. Let me quickly put my backpack back on. What am I doing? Backpack back on.
So internally, we call this character Sling Hook, the cannibal mechanic.
That's right.
Sling Hook, the cannibal mechanic. Okay,
you might recognize him from that poster that you had up before we started.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, maybe so. In fact, there's another version of that poster I'm going to share in just a second. But what's he got in his hands?
It's a cricket bat.
A cricket bat? But this is America. Why do we have a cricket bat?
It's a proper cricket bat too.
Oh yeah, it's got a kind of scoopy shape to it. It's like, you know,
it's got red on it.
it's got red on it. Yeah, exactly. So, you know, I'll leave it to the chat to sort of figure out what references we're making here. But yeah, I think this is gonna be a well received addition to our arsenal of weapons. And so, if you are interested in these weapons, you know, and weapons and outfits, what you need to do is go see the bounty broker once the update lands pretty soon. We'll tell you the date maybe in a little bit. But when the update lands, go to the bounty broker, take on some bounties, unlock this stuff. And there's a special reason you're going to want to do that this October. And that's because we're doing a contest. So we're going to do a contest. It's the Fearsome Footage contest. We did one of these last year, for those of you who've been around for a while. Now, if you want to get all the details and just read up on it, we're going to have a blog post up. I'm not sure if it's up yet, but we're going to have a blog post up at www.stateofdecay.com/ffcontest. You can see it up there at the top of the poster. But we can break down here exactly what that contest is going to be about. So, first off, if you want to enter the contest, follow us on our socials. If you're seeing this on YouTube later, we'll put it in the doobly-doo. But basically, follow us on our social media feeds on Twitter. You can join our Discord. In fact, there's a special channel on our Discord that's going to be all about this contest. So go check us out there. And over the course of the time between between October 28th and November 4th, we're going to be revealing a riddle each day. Each day is going to have a separate riddle that you're going to see on our social media feed. And so you take those riddles. Each of those riddles is pointing towards one of the items or outfits in the game. And so then what you need to do is go take a screenshot at a Seconds Auto Shop wearing or holding the item that is the answer to the riddle. So you'll see the riddle. It'll be a reference to something in the game. You find that thing. You go to Seconds. And then while you're wearing or holding the item, you take a screenshot. And now, if it's wearing an item, just take a screenshot wearing the costume. If it's an item, if it's a weapon, then take a screenshot of you with that weapon, but also wearing the mechanic coveralls and the welding helmet, the frightful versions. So the very first thing you need to do is go and unlock those things so you can wear them in your contest entries. So once you've taken all of those screenshots, just pile them all up and then send them in one email to contest@undeadlabs.com. So once you've gone through all of the riddles on November 4th, go and send all of those things to contest@undeadlabs.com and be creative. Don't just take the screenshot like some kind of boring person. Make it look clever, because we're going to vote here at the lab for our overall favorite entries that came in. So basically, in order to qualify, you got to get all 7 of them right, and you got to be really creative and just make us love the pictures that you took. So that's sort of a summary. That's a breakdown of how the contest works. If you want to read all of the details, go to www.stateofdecay.com/ffcontest, and we'll have a blog post up there, and you can just read up on all of the details. And looking forward to when this starts on October 28th and seeing what all you folks come up with. So there's the contest. Let's see. So, DA the DJ asked, is there a way to get items if you're having a hard time completing the bounties? So one thing we do that we're going to be doing even more on this stream is right after a bounty update comes out. Joe Swarner, he did this, I believe, this past month, and he wants to keep doing it. Is going to do streams where we go after the bounties, where we sort of talk about our strategy for completing the bounties, because some are easier and harder to do than others. I know, for instance, I've been spending the last few weeks working on the bounty. I don't remember which pack it was in, but we've got a bounty for killing 45 bloaters with pistols, and killing the bloater with the pistol isn't that hard. It takes one shot, and they move pretty slow. Finding 45 bloaters can be really, really hard if you're not playing on a really high difficulty level. So if you're looking for tips and tricks and stuff like that, definitely tune in next week. Joe's going to be the host here, and looking at the bounties after they're released is going to be a big focus of those streams. So unfortunately, in this game, in order to get all of this stuff to show off to you, we have cheat completed all of the bounties. That's an option when you're playing a dev version of the game. It's not an option when you're playing a retail version of the game. So, Brant, do you want to go out and get into some trouble?
Yeah, I've been breaking windows this whole time.
You've been breaking wind this whole time? How are we
Windows.
going to get... I need to go back to that office someday, Brant. You can't just leave the thing like it's contaminated.
Windows.
Oh, breaking windows. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, then let's... Okay, what do we got here? We've got a bunch of plague cards. Do you want to go after a plague card? We got one really close to our base. It's kind of threatening. It looks threatening.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I've marked it on the map. You know what I didn't do? I didn't get us a car.
We don't have a car.
We don't have a car. Okay, you know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to have to cheat us a car. So let's go outside, and then I'm going to switch away so that we can... I'm going to follow you. Oh, by the way, I should mention where we are right here. This base, Camp Kalenqua. So I actually tweeted out, I asked our fans which base is the spookiest base so that we could do a Halloween-themed episode, and it was like 90% agreement that Camp Kalenqua is the creepiest base for a couple of reasons. One, it's based on many sort of summer camp scenarios that have occurred in slasher movies and things like that. It's another sort of big movie reference, like a lot of the outfits in this pack. And also, it's safe area. It's such a wide, big base. Its safe area isn't quite as big as the base, and so you get zombies spawning real close and sometimes sneaking up on you in the middle of the night. So there's a lot of... So if you're looking for a spooky base for your Halloween enjoyment, definitely head over to Meager Valley and take Camp Kalenqua. It's right over here on the western corner of Meager Valley. Anyway, so just wanted to put and thank you to everybody who responded to that tweet. It was a lot of fun seeing the ideas. Other suggestions people made included, I think, the church in Cascade Hills was another one that a lot of folks liked because it's really tall, kind of stands out on the terrain, and a sort of a really tall church sticking out at night can be pretty creepy. Let's.
All right, enough talk. Some action.
Yeah, I'm just gonna grab us let's see here.
Hey, Jeffrey.
I'm going to grab us a vehicle. Dan, what were you saying?
There's a little bit of confusion. I saw a couple questions about the swine and bovine costume. It's still available.
Oh, that's right. That's one thing I wanted to mention. So I forgot to mention this. Thank you for bringing it up. So the swine and bovine costume is so originally it was available for a limited time around Halloween back last year, in 2019. And so, so what we're doing is we're bringing it back again. So this Halloween, there will be a limited time. I think it might be during the contest. It might be I think it's from the 28th of October until the 4th of November. If you jump into the game during that period of time, and all you have to do is just sort of load up your game, it will unlock that. So if you missed it last year, if you didn't get it last year, jump into the game around Halloween time this year, and it'll automatically unlock. That one doesn't require a bounty. Thank you for mentioning that, Dan.
No problem.
Okay, so I didn't really explicitly prepare to go after a plague heart, but
that's why we just go ahead and run on in and hope for the best.
Oh, so many zombies.
Good choice of car, by the way.
Oh yeah, I saw that one. I was like, oh yeah, it just happened to be really high on the list of cheats, but I was like, you know what? Let's do it. It is one of my favorite cars in the game. I mean, I love the muscle cars. I love the way they feel to drive around. And then on top of that, that particular one, the purple color scheme and everything is just insane.
Fire in the hole! Yeah, it stands out. It's
by
easy
the
to
way,
find.
Sorry, Brant.
It's okay.
It kind of
I
ricocheted
have
a little bit. I didn't intend for it to go in your direction. we look like a couple of horrifying monsters. This is sort of like Omega Man a little bit. It's like ostensibly the zombies are the monsters, but I mean, look at us. What has this world done to the two of us?
It's a couple of good-looking folks right here.
So yeah, we got a bunch of stuff in here. I'll grab some heals. If you want to grab some stuff, feel free. I wonder. So we've got about half an hour left. I'm wondering how quickly we can take out these plague hearts, Brand. There are people out there for the Hall of Fame contest, which I'm sorry, by the way, the winners of the Hall of Fame contest have not been announced yet. There's a big process we've got to go through because there's going to be winners in multiple different regions, and there are multiple different contests that all had to be figured out at the same time. So we don't have the winners on those yet. But for the Hall of Fame contest, we saw some ridiculous times. So the times got as low as like 6.5 minutes to clear all the plague hearts in the map. Do you think with 30 minutes we might be able to get all of these plague hearts?
No, because you and I didn't load up any explosives or optimize ourselves for this.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Let's see how many we can do.
I was really impressed with the number of the wide variety of techniques people chose to attack plague hearts. From the grenade launcher farming that Fall Down did, there was several people who do the bloater gas with road flares. Some people go straight up on the eager. The Eternal Guard's Infinite Rage. Some people go with the shotgun. It's crazy the number of approaches that we saw to those.
Well, I think what we should do is just keep fighting plague hearts until we either kill them all, run out of time, or die. I'm
just gonna keep insulting it with words about its mom.
Be careful of these zombies around here.
Harsh language.
Harsh language. I'm gonna make it feel bad.
So the Real P1 asks, are we getting new achievements in the game? So not in this update, certainly, because this update is only releasing a couple of extra pieces of content, no new features. However, we have already announced that very soon we're going to be adding a new difficulty to the game. And it would make sense if a new difficulty came with its own achievements, right? And we've got a bunch of achievements that are tied to Nightmare and Red Zones. It would be really cool if whatever new difficulty we added had some achievements associated with it. We're not have anything specific to announce there, but that would certainly make sense as a thing we might do.
So did the we in fighting plague hearts mean Brant fighting plague hearts?
Apparently, well, I got distracted. I got getting attacked by zombies. Hey, there you go. You couldn't have done that without me, Brant. I got the last shot.
You're right. You're right. I'm glad you were here.
My least favorite bug right there. When the gas cloud around when you kill a plague heart really fast, the gas cloud around the plague heart will sometimes stick around. Definitely.
That's your least favorite bug?
That is my least favorite bug because every time I fight a plague heart, I run into it because I tend to use methods that take them down real fast.
Let's see. I'll take that. And that. Hey, settle down.
Brant's just in there shopping while I'm waiting out here in the car. All right. By the way, so since we've got, the folks we've got here in our on our stream have got some very particular expertises. Dan is our expert on vehicles, as well as being one of our experts on weapons and all the other sort of bounty pack content we come out with. Brant is an expert on maps and bases and also weapons and all kinds of other things. If you folks have any questions for these guys, feel free to. This is a terrible place for me to drive. I'm an expert in nothing. I'm an absolutely hopeless player of this game. So don't ask me any questions. Ask these guys some questions.
I will gladly offer my driving services, Jeffrey, if that's something
you absolutely should do that. I will take you up on that next time. I'm not getting in that driver's seat again.
Everyone who plays with me knows that I'm an expert driver. Jeffrey.
Have we announced when this packs out?
We have not. I was going to have that. I was going to say that at the very last second. But yeah, we are planning. We are actually. Sometimes we don't have a date. Sometimes we do the stream where we reveal what's in a particular pack, and we don't have a date to share. But today we do have a date to share. We're going to get to it right at the end of the right at the end of the stream.
Can't let him down.
Sorry I didn't have your backing up there, Brant. I had to shoot that guy in the very last second. Whoa, there's a zombie on my back. No. You don't get to bite me. I decide who bites me. Oh, Brant got the kill that time. I wonder if there's anything in here that I can use. I almost have the blood blade.
I'm not sure what the quietest vehicle is. Do you guys know?
The quietest vehicle. So I imagine it's probably one of the compact ones. Like the Brogan seems like it would be the quietest.
Where, speaking of not being quiet.
Oh
there
yeah. Hi there. You got that guy? I'm just gonna watch you fight zombies. This cricket bat is pretty effective.
That won't work.
So right now, by the way, we are playing in the dread zone because that's Brant's and my speed. I'm kidding. Brant can probably handle that
Don't
better than I
in
can.
there. I've been running Nightmare, and I've got a community that's like 40 days now. So
Nicely done. So okay, I should say dread is my speed. Brent used to complain about not being good enough at the game, but I think he's been practicing a ton, and he's getting right up there.
okay, and by practicing, I mean I jump in, wait for community members to come in and make it easy for me. I've had lots of help.
Well, I will let Brant drive around. So the tank asks, do we get to see what the bounties are for the new pack? So that's kind of a tough decision that we're setting up for the stream, because either we can just have all the stuff in our community ready to show to you immediately, or
Yeah, there's the expert
Brant,
driving.
you're such a great driver.
About.
I really appreciate you taking over.
Yeah.
Anyway, or we can have the bounties open so we can look at them at Cache Beaumont. And unfortunately, we can't do both at the same time. And so we decided to have the bounties already unlocked. Because literally, it's not just, we literally don't let you have access to the weapon. The weapon does not work and cannot be put in your inventory and can't be equipped unless the bounty is complete. And so, if we wanted to be able to show you the weapons, we had to complete the bounties. So we can't show you those right here. But you can discover them yourselves. It's going to be great.
Oh, that wasn't my fault.
Oh, so Garcia wants to know if the shotgun I'm using is new. They haven't seen it yet. So this is actually, the shotgun that I'm using is from the new, the FEARSOME Footage pack. Now, it was released back in October, so there are people out there, last October. So there are people out in the community who do have this shotgun, but it's pretty rare because, that bounty pack, it was out there for a few months and then it went away, like our bounty packs do. So now it's coming back. For the first time in a long time, and so and I've actually had a lot of people talking to me on Twitter lately, specifically asking if FEARSOME Footage was going to come back because they wanted a spaz. So it was actually kind of fun to get those messages because you don't always get someone asking you explicitly for the thing that you are about to put in the game, but that always feels really good when somebody is like, hey, could you give us this? And it's literally the thing we're about to announce. Oh, I've got the virus. No.
You got the plurg?
I got the pandemic. It's not it's actually, so technically we've never actually said what kind of disease this is. Is it a virus? I don't know. Whenever somebody refers to this, to the disease in our game as a virus, my response is always, no, we never said it was a virus. Who knows what it is? You don't know. We haven't given you any lore about this whatsoever. It's a mystery is what it is.
Fucking piece of trash.
Zombies are made out of biscuits.
Oh, my gun's broken.
I'm gonna throw some fire at it.
Oh no! Oh no! Run, Jeffrey!
Oh, no, floater! Shit. That's what I needed right now.
That's bad.
Okay, you know what we're gonna need? We're gonna need a. We're gonna need an outpost. That's what we're gonna need.
That thing was not invited.
There, just set everything on fire for fun. That's what I do. I'm a flaming monster. Okay, so on our way to the next plague heart, we should outpost something useful.
Why not outpost something right here?
We could. That's probably a smart move. What is outpost this particular place? Where's the flag? There it is. All right, claim outpost. I cheated myself a bunch of influence, so this is real easy. Okay, so I think Lux is about done. In fact, about dead. So let's grab Jinx, because Jinx has got the same shotgun. Oh, hey, oh, Brant, again. We went to prom in the same outfit. Oh,
well, I'll switch.
so disappointing. Here, okay, let's hit that plague heart next. Oh, you're gone. You
No, I just switched characters because you're so worried about our outfits.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, Skeleton Man. There we go. All right. Where did we put the car? Where did we park the car, honey?
Hey, check the plague heart for explosives, because we're sorely in need.
That's true. I mean, I did just... Oh, that's true, because I had a ton of explosives on that last character. I don't have nearly as many here. There's not a bunch of stuff there. Oh, you know, I wonder if I've got any in my supply locker. Sometimes I have, like, excess explosives. Nope, nothing in my supply locker. Should I cheat some explosives?
You don't have to. I can.
Maybe I'll cheat some explosives. This is how you win State of Decay. You just cheat a bunch of stuff. It's great. So let's see. What should I get here?
There's some Willy Pete on the ground out here.
It's for demonstration purposes, Jeffrey.
Oh yeah, of course. Demonstration purposes only. So grab some frag grenades. Why is a C4 on the list? C4 is so good. It's so hard to, like, our list is just huge and it's not alphabetized. There it is, C4 charge. Boink, 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 boink. Nicely done. Okay, well, now we can go back. Let's go get in the car. Oh, hey, you pulled up right in front. That's nice. Thanks.
All right.
Sorry about the terrifying screams in the background. That's just what Halloween is like. I don't know if you can actually hear my children screaming upstairs, but... Oh no! Oh no! Oh,
meant to.
Squish! Nice!
Landed it.
Honestly, that was better than just driving normally. So, is Urban Commando asks...
I don't want to hear anything about my driving.
Urban Commando asks, do we have to complete the bounties again if we already completed them before? Yes. So the way this works is we want the bounty packs, when they come back, to still be a source of gameplay and, you know, achievement and reward and everything the way they were before. We don't want somebody, you know, if you've completed bounties in the past, we don't want the bounty system to just become boring and just a store. And so, yes, so when a new bounty pack comes back, you do need to complete the bounties again, but you also get some extra influence. If you've already completed them in the past, you get extra influence as sort of a bonus prize for having completed the bounty once, which means that you can afford to buy, you know, more copies of that particular item. I think we might have both used explosives on that, and maybe wasted... Oh, wait. Oh, Feral! Get off me. Oh, and now I've got to reload, of course. You always run into a Feral when you're out of bullets. Did you take care of him?
Okay, I got it.
Nicely done. All right. What's in here? Anything? Oh, got some pipe bombs. I don't have room for pipe bombs. Who needs snacks? No one needs snacks. Wow. So yeah, unfortunately, the shockwave from destroying a plague heart kills plague zombies. It doesn't kill nearby hordes. In fact, it might even attract nearby hordes. All right. Anyway, where are we going next? Maybe. Oh, look, I hear a screamer. Oh. Here, throw him to me.
Okay. Nice. Okay, we need to go.
Yeah, let's get out of here. By the way, thank you, Zoe McClatchy, for my lovely shotgun that is extremely effective. Here we go, next plague heart. We have got 17 minutes left. Oh, we totally got this. So we're showing some very useful strategies for players out there if they want to speedrun play cards. First, play a dev build of the game and cheat yourself a bunch of free explosives. Step 3 profit.
Is anybody else losing Jeffrey's audio?
Oh, you think people maybe can't hear
but
me?
he sounds good on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, thank you, Dan. I really appreciate it.
Gotta stay alert. Too many plague zombies around.
Oh, so Ranithcord has got an interesting theory. So he points out that the armored zombies never have blood plague because like we gave blood plague to the regular zombies, we gave blood plague in Heartland to the freaks, but we never actually made a version of the I just barely figured out how to get into this building and you've already destroyed the play card. There we go. Anyway, so his theory is that their face masks actually protect them from the blood plague. That is a very interesting theory. One that I had not considered. That actually makes a lot of sense. So we actually were talking about that recently, just because we were trying to think of different ways that and this is I'm not revealing anything that we've done because this is just idle chatter. But we have been talking about how to make how to advance the difficulty of the game, how to take the 5th difficulty level and take it to the next level. And one thing that we have not done, but that we definitely sort of talked about maybe as a possible thing to consider someday was armored plague zombies. That would take some resources we don't currently have devoted to it, but that sounds pretty terrifying, especially because I get really used to the fact that I can burn plague zombies away. That like when I can basically sometimes one of my strategies when I'm fighting a plague guard is to throw fire at the entrance of the building that I'm in, so that as plague zombies start to flood into the building, they burn to death on their way inside. Take some sort of long-lasting source of flame, like a napalm grenade or something, or a Willy Peak grenade, but that wouldn't work if they were if all of those zombies were armored. So we'll have to keep that in mind for the future. We don't have that as an enemy type we can easily throw into the game. But
Just a little more.
Our music is all internal by our own team.
oh, somebody asked about the music.
Yeah.
So yes, we've got Jesper Kidd did write a lot of our soundtrack, and then a lot of the our audio director Kevin, who when he's performing music or composing music he uses the name Dreisk. He wrote some of the other tracks, and then also arranged a lot of the arranged and figured out how a lot of the tracks that Jesper wrote would be used in the game. And so it was a joint effort between the two of them to develop our soundtrack.
Did you open it?
Yeah, I opened it up so you can get in there if you want. I did take one firebomb out of there, and that was it.
No more zombies.
Jeffrey,
Yes.
do we have a Discord so all these people with the wonderful idea in the comments can go to and talk about them?
Yes, we do. I'm trying to. So I don't have a link I can put up on the screen, but it is. I think it's like discord.gg/stateofdecay. That's probably wrong. I think that our moderator should in the chat say what the actual link is if people want to join our Discord, because we absolutely do have a Discord. And actually, if you're watching this later on YouTube, go look down in the doobly-doo. We always post a link to our Discord.
It is. They just posted discord.gg/stateofdecay.
Cool. I remembered it right. Yes. Yeah, and you can also follow. We're State of Decay on Twitter as well. That's a really good place to get information. Which way are we going?
Oh, I wanted to hit that telephone pole.
Okay, perfect. Well, I'm glad you got that done.
Yeah.
It's really important, especially when people's lives are disrupted. Something like a pandemic. You should set small goals for yourself.
Like this?
Yes, this right here is a life goal. Somebody clip this.
You guys are really pushing my vehicles getting stuck improvements, aren't you?
Yeah, check out how Brent managed to get that vehicle off the pole.
Time to go to work.
The only way that is possible is because Dan messed with the collision.
You know why you can get that unstuck now? I was was awesome. Totally fish hooked.
Get off me, zombie. This is positively festive. Alright, oh, gas cloud, get off me. Oh, what? Oh, I'm dying. I've not been looking at my health bar at all. I guess I should, I don't have any... Okay. You know what we might need to do? First off, Brant should do all the fighting. And then second, we should claim this as an outpost as well.
We're all set here on the new outpost.
And I should at least grab myself some basic heals. And
I'm gonna switch over to Sling Hook.
yeah, I think I might actually need to switch too. So nobody, Bethany here. She has got the Uzi. I think the Uzi's going to be. It's not going to be as effective in the scenarios we've been getting into as that Spaz was, but I think it's going to be pretty good. And I think yes, and she's got some fire bombs and she's got some heals, so we're good. So Greedy, by the way, asks, is there an AA-12 shotgun in the game? I actually don't know offhand.
Yeah.
There is one? Okay, cool. So they just it's just a normal shotgun, right? It's not part of any bounty pack, so they just got to keep looting like military sites and stuff until they get one?
Yep.
I think it was in the guns. I think it was in the original loadout before content packs and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So one of the downsides of continuously adding new weapons and things to the game is the fact that it thins out the loot. So getting a particular weapon is actually can be pretty difficult because there's so many weapons potentially available. And that's actually sort of I've noted that down as a problem that we should try to find a good solution for at some point. Because I would love it if it was a little bit easier for you to you know.
Here's the solution. Play our game a lot.
Yeah. But that certainly would help us, and I'm hopefully you would enjoy it too. But yeah, so we want it to be random because we don't want the player, we don't want players to just know exactly where every single thing is in the world, right? Because then sort of a lot of the replayability, a lot of the mystery, a lot of the uncertainty of the game would go away. And this game is largely about uncertainty. That's like one of the huge important aspects of the game that really matters.
A bunch of people are saying it's behind a pre-order code.
So I think if there's a weapon that's available from pre-order, I thought that those were also available in the game normally, but maybe I could be wrong about that.
I don't think it's stuck behind. It's probably a super rare weapon, and those ones are really hard to find.
Oh, thank you for getting that for me, Brant, because I was running around out here trying to deal with zombies that... Okay, I promise, Brant, there were zombies out here a minute ago before that shockwave went off.
I hear a feral getting all bent out of shape about something.
Where is that feral? Oh, near Brant, of course. That's where all the danger is. Brant, I'm starting to think maybe you're the problem.
Many would agree. There are many people in my life who would agree.
All right, how many do we have left? Is it just the one? Is it just one left?
Let's roll over there.
Nice. Of course, so this is us playing in Dread. So Dread doesn't have the highest number of plague hearts in the game. That would be Nightmares so far. I'm kind of excited for when we can reveal a little bit about the 5th difficulty level because there might be a fairly large number of plague hearts in that version of the game. We've got all kinds of ideas in mind for making the process of killing all the plague hearts in your map more interesting, and I'm not going to say any more about that. But stay tuned to this channel. Where is the... Did I miss it? Was it in there and I just didn't see it? That's
Follow the fire.
Tonight. Oh yeah. Oh, it was right inside the door. I'll just take credit for that. I'll pretend that that was my last shot that got it. Whew, well that is all the plague cards, and it is 3:53, so we definitely came in before under the wire. So now what are we gonna do?
Now we're gonna say that we legitimately won the Hall of Fame contest, and you and I are gonna get to share a Xbox.
A really fancy
Series
prize.
X. Yeah.
Ah, dang it! I shouldn't have ordered one from the employee store. It only took me 3 characters and a bunch of cheated supplies.
Is that actually the last heart, or did we just not identify some?
I'm pretty sure that was the last heart. We haven't even chosen a leader in this community yet, so we wouldn't really be progressing the way we're supposed to at this point. So Ian Park asks, I've got a question about LMGs in State of Decay 2. I assume they're not.
Yeah, I saw
that. Because of the loading animation limitations.
That's a big one.
Yeah, like try to unload like a huge box attach a huge box magazine to something. It would be a different set of animations and kind of a complicated one. And we've been kind of animation bound by a lot of the stuff we try to do. That doesn't mean that it's impossible for us to add animations sometime in the future, but it does. It isn't what we're set up to do right this minute, and so it's not an easy thing to just work into the game.
Dedicating that number of animated bones just to get like the belt correctly fitted and all that stuff, it's just not worth it. Plus, it doesn't really fall in the we do attempt to make it so it seems like the bullets are a rare thing, though I know there's plenty of people out there with 17,000 7.62 rounds, but it just doesn't kind of go with the narrative that we're trying to play. So
yeah, just like spraying with infinite amounts of lead. I mean, when I'm playing the game properly and I'm not just cheating myself a bunch of supplies, even if I'm using a weapon that's fully automatic, I'm still short controlled bursts because I don't want to run out.
Yeah, I don't. How much time do we got left? 5 minutes.
We can hit up an infestation or something while we're
here. I just marked some.
Oh, okay, cool. We disagree about which infestation to go after, but you're the driver. Driver's rules. You get to choose the radio. You get to choose.
Oh, we're sorry, I didn't see that one.
Oh, well, now it's not closer. Well, I guess it still is.
Yeah, I'll be sure to take a look at the pre-order weapons and see what we can do about putting them in general population if they're locked behind a gate that's now expired.
Yeah, we've talked about what the right thing to do with the pre-order weapons and bonuses and vehicles and stuff like that is, because there are a lot of people who spent money on those. In fact, there are some players out there who bought multiple copies of the game. I'm just gonna pretend this isn't happening. Players who
block that from there.
who grab multiple copies of the game just to get all the pre-order bonuses from all the different retailers. And so, on one hand, we don't want to just suddenly wipe that away and just make that not happen. But there's also a lot of players who joined us late who didn't even find out about this game until the Juggernaut edition was already out. And for those players, they never had the opportunity to grab the pre-orders. And so we're still considering what the right move is there. Nothing to announce or anything like that. We're still sort of talking about how we want to handle that scenario.
Phased plasma rifle in the 40-watt range.
Yeah, that won't work. Somebody made a mistake in his. See, that's the thing. It's kind of funny that I was just talking to somebody about the Terminator and the fact that we have robots today in the military that are better shots than the Terminator is. It's like in the real world, a robot wants to shoot you, the robot will succeed in shooting you. And also similarly, if the robot has got a database of weapons that were available at different times in history, it's probably not going to make that mistake. That's not the kind of mistake computers make. Computers make different mistakes, but whatever. That was in the 80s. Nobody knew anything about computers back then. All right, so we are almost completely out of time. So while Brent drives around, let's see here. Okay, yeah, so we need to definitely wrap this up. Our moderators have got to go at 4, so we're going to wrap this up real quick. So, Brant, you can keep driving as much as you want, but I think you should also say goodbye to the audience, because we're going to get out of here.
All right, I'm going to leave Jeffrey by diving out of the car.
Nice.
What I would like to say is, as usual, thank you so much, everybody, for sticking around with us. We wouldn't be here without you. We love you. Thanks for the support. As Jeffrey said before, yes, we're putting out a much smaller pack, but that just means we've allocated resources to work on much larger things that are very exciting, and we can't wait to share them with you. So thanks, everybody.
Exactly. And then Dan, if you want to say goodbye to everybody.
Yeah, Brent said it. We got a lot of cool new things coming up in the future, so stick with us. This is really for people who haven't experienced it the first time. We have a couple shiny new things for the old schoolers to check out, but keep an eye on it, and we got a lot of neat stuff coming. So thanks, guys, for following us. Appreciate it.
And with that, there's one more piece of information that we haven't shared yet, which is the release date. So, Update 22 lands on October 28th. That is this Wednesday. At 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific time is when we're aiming for. Please don't add us if it's like 10:23 or something like that. But we're aiming at 10 o'clock. So, go get it in a couple of days. And then go check out that contest too, because follow us on the socials, subscribe to us, do all the stuff you can. We really want to really want to see what you guys come up with when it comes to these screenshots for the contest. So there you go. We're gonna get out of here now. In about 20 seconds.
I'm gonna see how flammable your car is when you're in it.
And Joe's gonna be the new host for a while, so welcome him. I'm getting out of here.
Did you feel like you were on fire at any point right there?
Nobody knows what's going on.